Hello everyone, and welcome to Live Healthy, Be Happy with Amy Bolton. I'm here today to talk to you guys about reducing screen time. I know we're on our phones way too often these days, aren't we? So I'm just going to share this out with my group of women, the Beyond the Baby Blues group, a group of women supporting one another, struggling with postpartum depression and anxiety. So I'm going to share that out to them here. I'm just refreshing my page. Hopefully my internet's going to work. I'm kind of hiding down in my basement here. You can see hiding down here away from my family because I've started doing these new videos on Sundays, so then I can hopefully accommodate more of you and have more people on live with me, which will be very exciting. So today, talking about reducing screen time. Let me know if you're watching the replay if you struggle with screen time, or if you find that you're on your phone too much and you wish you weren't, or if you find that maybe you're one of those people who have set great boundaries and limits around screen time. I would love to know. Oops, we were right there. And yes, so trying to share my video, and I was getting a little click happy, so now it's trying to reload again. Oh, the joys. So yeah, like I said, if you're watching the replay, feel free to let me know that and introduce yourself, say hi, hashtag replay, whatever you want there, and I'd love to hear from you. I always love getting comments and responding to them and learning more about you guys. So maybe we're not going to be able to share my video. Well, I'll just get started anyways, and if it pops up, then I can share it from there. Otherwise, oh, here we go. I'm just sharing it now. And let's see here, to my group. There we go, and we are done. We have shared it. So, reducing screen time, right? It's just one of those things nowadays. I've got a bit of a glare on my glasses. Oh, joy! The joys of glasses and filming, right? So, when we reduce screen time, there are multiple benefits that we get, and they're always good to look at, because why would we want to do something if we don't know the benefit and reason about it? Although I'm sure nowadays it's quite clear that these are articles about this everywhere, right? So when we reduce our screen time, one of the first benefits is better sleep. We're sleeping better, right? We're able to shut our brain off, particularly when we reduce screen time right before bed, right? So one thing that I just recently discovered, and I'd show you if I had my phone, but I'm actually filming on my phone, is the limits that you can put on it. So there's different apps you can download depending on your phone, but there may also be a feature on your phone where you can set limits. So it sends you a reminder at a certain time in the evening and says, it's 5 minutes before this time. So I set it up the other day, so that it would remind me 5 minutes before 10 o'clock and be like, hey, you need to be off your phone, which is even a little bit late for me. I should probably set it a little earlier, like 9 o'clock or something, because I do like to be kind of in bed by 9, so even 8 would be earlier. And so this last weekend, I've been kind of testing that out, and it's been really interesting, and it completely shuts down your whole entire phone, which is really neat. Hi, Shabane, Germany, thanks for joining me. And so we're talking about screen time. Feel free to let me know your feedback on screen time, and if you find that you're getting a bit too much of screen time, or you could definitely reduce it, or how that looks for you. So better sleep is number one, and that's huge, right? So setting those limits on turning your screen time off before bed is going to tremendously help your sleep. Number 2 is reducing anxiety and stress, right? Isn't that why we're all here? You know, moms struggling with postpartum depression and anxiety. Like, let's reduce our stress. Let's find ways to reduce that anxiety so that we can be more present. We can be there. We can do all the things we need to do, right? So, you know, it's just, I find when you're on your phone and I'm doing emails or I'm trying to catch up on work, it just adds that extra bout of stress. And you have the kids running around and it's like they want your attention, they need your attention, and you're not able to be there for them all the time, right? So it's good to set limits to what you're doing with screen time, because you're not there, and it creates that added stress, it creates that anxiety and that blue light coming off. It's just not very healthy for us, right? So if you're joining me, feel free to say hi and let me know you're here, and I'd love to hear your feedback on your screen time limits and your screen time usage. Presence. So number 3 is being more present with your family and children, right? And who of us wouldn't want to be more present? Who of us wouldn't want to be more connected with our family and our children, right? I know I do. I know that's one of my main goals every day, is to try and be there more and try and connect and take that time to just be present with my daughters. Because when they have that real true connection, even if it is just for 5 or 10 minutes, like where you're fully present with them, I notice personally, let me know if you've ever tried this and what you notice. I notice that they're just so much more happier, and they're just so much more calm. And like, particularly when I take my daughters, I've always taken my daughters to work with me at the pregnancy outreach program. And when they come with me, I've always got things to do, and there's downtime, and it's pretty relatively kid friendly. But I find if I actually give them that presence for like 5 or 10 minutes in the beginning, okay, what are you doing? Let's get you set up. Do you have your snacks, and like, what are you playing with today? And what can we get you set up with? And then we're just like, I'm totally present and listening to them and understanding what their needs are and what they need, and connecting with them and just being in awe with what they're doing. And then they're so much more calm, and I can actually accomplish so much more when I connect with them before I do that. So that presence is huge by not having that screen time for those moments to connect with those people, right? So turning off your phone when you're with the people that you want to connect with, turning off your computer. So I always, we don't live where there's self-service, so I just don't even bring my phone most of the time, which sometimes has its drawbacks, because I'm not able to actually take pictures. So I'm like, I don't have my phone, so I can't take pictures. But beyond that, it's nice because I'm not connected to things. And actually at work, I have the Wi-Fi turned off, so people can't be sitting there on their phones, purposely for this reason, because when people are coming in to moms groups, to parenting groups, I want them to be present with the other moms. I don't want them to be checking. Like, if there's a real emergency, there's a landline, there's a phone there that they can be connecting with on there. Let's check and see if there's any other comments over here. I don't think so. Yeah, so that's a big one, right? Being present with one another. Like, I did a lot Facebook Live not that long ago about our need for connection, right? So if we have that screen in front of our face, we're blocking that connection that we have with each other, right? And we need that connection. We need to be connected with one another. It's just one of our ingrained human nature things that goes way, way, way back for survival. So it just feels good to be connected with one another. So lastly, number 4 is waking up more focused, right? So I want to share, like, last night, I have to admit, so I've been trying this new thing with setting up screen time. And if you're just joining me, feel free to say hi and let me know you're here. So I've been trying this new thing with having screen time limits on my phone. And last night the thing went on, and I was just like, no, I just want to sit here. And my daughter's has this game on my phone, and over the last week I've discovered, oh, this is fun. Like, it's really fun to just keep playing this game, and it's like you're serving all these people this food, and it's like very monotonous, and like just I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna turn the screen time thing off and keep playing it. So I played it, and then I was like, I'm tired, I gotta go to bed. And I'm laying there in bed, and I'm like, yeah, this is why we need screen time limits, right? So, and all night, like, this is why I teach people to, like, shut your brain off and do some, deep breathing or some you know, grounding exercises right before you go to sleep, and reduce screen time before you go to bed. Because last night I was tossing and turning, and all I could think of was this silly game and serving these people. I'm like, why do I have that in my brain? Like, there's no room. I don't need that to be a big focus in my brain, right? It's just such a silly thing. So that was my experience last night, and it wasn't very good. And hence my today's daylight savings time. And here my husband's like, don't you have a live going on? I'm like, yeah, well, it's only 9 o'clock. And he's like, Amy, daylight savings time, it's actually gonna be 10 o'clock in 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm gonna remind everybody quickly, and I was already getting ready. But yeah, so totally being distracted by this silly game and this silly screen time. So not good at all. Especially, you know, like, I need to be rejuvenating me before I go to bed and be ready for my children in the morning. I can't be distracted by all of that, right? So let me know if you can relate. Let me know if you've ever had that type of experience, or you've gotten caught up on those silly games that show up on your phones. I know there's all kinds of them. I haven't ever really gotten caught up except for this last week, and it's been a big eye-opener for sure. And I know I will have to definitely be putting limits, because they are very addicting and very fun just to be mindlessly going through the games, right? So little changes lead to big changes, and that's one big point that I want to leave you guys with, is by taking little steps to reduce your screen time. The impact of reducing your screen time in the long run can be tremendous. So think of all of these on a cumulative impact. So like the presence with your children on a regular basis, with your family, with your partner, right? Reducing your anxiety, stress on a daily basis. And everything's a practice. So as you reduce that on a regular basis, getting regular sleep on a regular basis, so they're all gonna compound on one another, all of these things, and waking up more focused, waking up more connected, right? So they all kind of intertwine within one another. It's going to have a compound effect, and it's going to feel so much better in the long run, right? So think about that. And I wanted to let you guys know too, is that with the Postpartum Support Circle, that's what we are there for. That's what we do with the Postpartum Support Circle, is help set goals, and keep that accountability there for you. Set goals that you want. So if you want to reduce that screen time, you want to have that impact happening on a regular basis, build that practice of whatever it is, whether it's screen time, whether it's, you know, getting more me time, whether it's, you know, having more connection with your children, whether, you know, it could be all kinds of things, reducing your stress, you know, getting rid of that anxiety, getting rid of those panic attacks, whatever they are. We can build on those goals, and one of the biggest parts of the Postpartum Support Circle is setting goals and having that accountability and having that group of women there to help you, hold your hand, support you, and know that you're not alone when you're doing this, right? That week-to-week support. So if you're interested in the Postpartum Support Circle, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely get you connected with that so we can do that. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.